All right, Sheriffs. By now you are full-fledged athletes in the Sheriff's Health Academy. You're probably at this point starting to feel some sort of nicks and muscle tightness in especially your lower extremities because you've been hitting it hard with the at-home program as well as in the class. So you want to make sure that you address these issues when you start to feel them. Otherwise, they can lead to more serious injuries down the road. One of the best things you can do is something called myofascial release. And what that means is when you have knots in your muscles, they don't slide over very well, and it causes muscles not to work correctly. So if you have a knot like that, using something like this, which is a foam roller, is one of the best ways to let your body release those knots. Think of it as a rolling pin over your muscle and letting the muscle just release and relax and get rid of those knots. So foam rollers come in all different sizes. We have 2 different sizes here. They also come in different densities. This one you can't tell, but it's actually harder, and this one's a little softer. All right. So depending on how sore you are, if you're more sore, you probably want a softer one. A harder one is actually going to do more effective release, but it's also going to hurt a little bit more. You can get these at any of your running shoe stores, any of your sports stores like Sports Chalet, things like that. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get them at Marshall's or Ross or something like that. So for foam rolling, there's a lot of different ways you can foam roll your muscles. You have a lot of different muscles in your body. I'm going to show you some of the major techniques to do with the lower body muscles that you might be feeling some pain at this point. So the first one, and a very common place of injury, is your IT band. The IT band is actually a band of muscle that goes from the top of your hip all the way to your knee. And it gets tight, especially if you're running more or exercising more. So we can actually get onto a foam roller like this and just roll back and forth. So the leg that I'm actually rolling, I have it relaxed, and my muscle is not tense. And then the very important thing you want to remember is when you do feel, when you're rolling over something that's tight, you'll feel a little bit of pain. You want to pause and let that muscle relax. You'll feel it release and then continue to roll. All right, so you don't want to just roll back and forth. You want to make sure you stop when you feel that little tinge, wherever your knot may be. Hold it there, let it release, and then continue. All right, so that would be an IT band foam rolling technique. Another area where you might be tight are your hamstrings, the back of your thigh. Good way to get these is sit on the foam roller, upright with the upper body, and just roll back and forth, back of the leg. You want to avoid rolling over your joints. You want to be on the belly of the muscle. All right, so right when you feel that point where your knot is, hold it, let it relax, and continue to roll. All right, so maybe 10 to 15, 20 seconds on each muscle would be good for each of these. So we did the IT band, we did the hamstring. Another area that gets tight, particularly if you're running more or you're doing more squats, would be your glutes. And one of my favorites is this one right here. I'm actually going to bring my leg over my other knee, and that's going to target these glute muscles, especially the deep glute muscles that you can't get just from stretching. So once again, you'll feel where your tension is. You're going to pause and hold. All right, maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and then continue to roll. Let that muscle release. All right, and then the last one I would recommend is your calf. Okay, the whole area of your calf, from the knee down to your ankle. There's a couple different muscles there. So just rolling back and forth, turning your foot to the outside, turning it to the inside will make sure that you get all aspects of that muscle. All right. So again, we're just kind of scratching the surface, just giving you an idea of what foam rollers are. They come in different shapes and sizes. They come in stick form, where it's like a rolling pin. If you have foot pain, you can even just use a tennis ball and effectively do the same thing, just rubbing your foot on the tennis ball. You can do upper body foam rolling. There's a lot of things you can do, and it's a very effective tool for long-term injury prevention. So go out at this point and get one of these. It's going to be a very important tool in your athlete's kit for long-term success.